Hey, ladies, welcome to another episode of the Revitalized Womanhood podcast, my Friday episode to the core. I haven't done an episode with video, a Friday episode with video for a very long time. So I have the baby on my lap. I just got done recording an amazing episode with Brittany Cosgrove. She is a self-mastery coach, and we had an incredible conversation, and it perfectly flowed like out of a conversation that I was having with a member reached out to me yesterday. And then I was having a conversation with one of the other leaders, one of the leaders in the Revitalized Sisterhood community earlier today about it. And we were talking about so it goes into self-mastery, right? And what is self-mastery? Why is it that when we join a community or we start on this journey of personal development, self-mastery, right? It's figuring out what our values are, what our true values are, and trying to become the most authentic version of ourselves, right? Why is it in that moment when you are beginning that we feel like we have to present ourselves as the best version of ourselves? Because you're not the best version of yourself. You don't know. I don't know if you ever are. You're becoming a better version of yourself as you're doing this work. There's never an end. There's never a woohoo, I did it. I mastered growth mindset. I'm an expert at self-confidence. I am, the best at parenting. I've figured it out. I have the golden ticket. I've figured it all out. No, there's never those moments. So why is it that when we come into like a community setting that we feel like this isn't the right place for me right now because I'm struggling with all of this, or I've got this going on, or I'm too busy, or it's like, yeah, everybody is. Everybody has those. You're not unique in your struggles. While you may be going through having to move to a new state, or, what about all those people that just lost loved ones in the Black Hawk helicopter hitting that airplane? What about people who have family that are struggling with a fatal disease, cancer or something? Like, what if, what makes your struggles so unique that you can say, it's not the right time in my life, I'm too busy? It's like, oh, no, 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 no. This is when you should be jumping in to personal development and self-mastery. This is when you should be digging into why are you even viewing these quote unquote struggles in your life as struggles? Why are you not looking at them as, this is teaching me resilience. This is teaching me perseverance. This is teaching me faith in my spirituality. This is teaching me to trust the Lord. Like yeah, you can be struggling with something, but still find gratitude at the same time. They can exist together. Those are the things that it's so interesting to me, especially with women, that when we have problems in our lives, when we fight with our husbands, when we're screaming at our kids, when we feel like we are in our worst times, we isolate. We feel like there's this like protection that happens when we go into ourselves and lock out everybody else. We block out everybody else. And it's like, that is the most opposite of what should be happening. You should be reaching out to the people in your life that love you. You should be sharing the weight of your burdens with people who are holding space for you, who have said, I am here to listen. Even if it's just listening, if it's people in your real life, I am here to. I've had so many people, such a blessing, reach out to me because I had a C-section with this little miss right here, that's Miss Brunty Grunt. And they know that that's a hard recovery, and they've reached out saying, what can we do? How can we serve you? And I am taking up everybody on it. I even asked someone, I said, I don't really need you to bring meals, but if anybody wants to volunteer to just come hold the baby, that'd be great. I got a podcast episode I have to record. Would you like to come hold the baby for an hour? Like, I am asking for the help that I actually need. So why is it that we feel too proud to do those things? Please, from this episode, this is just going to be a quick one. I don't want there to be not one. And I just wanted to touch on what we were talking about is this is where we can get help. Uh-oh, sissy, you're not going to be nice while I record. This is where we can find help. Others who have maybe been through the same kind of thing, or others who are willing to hold space for us while we go through it and work through why it is we're feeling the way we feel, and with no judgment, a space to feel seen, heard, loved, supported, encouraged, held accountable. That is a big one, right? If I don't have people who are expecting me somewhere, I usually don't do it. But that's the definition of self-mastery. That's the definition, is seeing where you are strong, but also seeing where you are weak and allowing others to see that as well and help you through it. So that's what we were talking about. Where was I going with that? Oh, so I would really, really encourage all of you, if you missed last Friday's episode, please, 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 please go back to that episode. It is such an important episode for foundation work in self-development, personal development, and growth, because it's I talk about the 8 tools that are crucial in not only self-care, not only in being selfish, we're calling it this month, but in having a successful, happy, fulfilled life, purposeful, impactful life. Things like being able to say no without feeling guilty, unapologetically identifying and verbalizing your needs, setting boundaries, guarding your me time. Like the me time is important time. It's not something that is just if you have extra time for it. It's not. That's so important. If you want to be the mom that is happy and loving with her husband and her kids and has energy to do the things that we need to do, rather than dragging and needing an extra cup of coffee all the time, and even that doesn't help, or needing a nap in the middle of the day because you're just like, you stayed up too late playing on your phone or whatever it is, you're going to show up as not the best version of yourself. If you are the person who is like me, this is me, ladies, I'm not judging, but this is me a lot of times. I come home and I put pajamas on. My poor husband does not see the done up Gina very often, especially right now, because I'm nursing like every 2 hours. So my boobs have to come out like every 2 hours. So the easiest way for that to happen is going to be wearing my pajamas. So I usually have, and my hair pulled up, because then I burp her on my shoulder and she'll throw up all over my hair. So like there is method to what's happening and excuses for it. But if I don't intentionally make the time to put my makeup on, do my hair, dress up a little bit, show up for myself, I'm not going to feel that pride in myself. I'm not going to feel taken care of. And he's not going to feel like his wife cares enough about him to do those things. So it's all about prioritizing. Your life is never too busy for anything. It is your prioritizing that is making you too busy for things, or is making it feel like you are on the struggle bus, or it's the overwhelm that's coming over you. It's you and how you're prioritizing things. You have got to take action. It's everything I talk about in these podcasts. It's like you have got to be the advocate for you. You have to advocate for yourself, whatever that looks like. If that looks like standing up for yourself against people who are constantly asking you to give your energy to them, or the things that they need help with, it's like you have got to advocate for yourself and say no sometimes. A lot of times even. You have to decide. So this is perfect. I usually say, remember I talk about the plate spinning. You have to figure out which plates you have to spin at any given time. Oh my gosh, you guys, English is hard. You have to determine. So you've got that guy and he's spinning plates on his knees, on his toes, on his nose, on his hands. He's got them on his fingers. He's spinning all these plates all at the same time. That is mom life. That is womanhood. That is what we deal with every day. Well, you have to decide which plate is slowing down and needs your attention most. If that's self-love, if that's self-care, that is important. Otherwise, that plate's going to fall and shatter. And that means other plates will fall and shatter as well. And anyway, this girl, the Brittany Cosgrove that I just recorded with today, actually said it a different way. She said she's heard Mel Robbins define it as, you are juggling all these balls. We're always juggling all these balls. And some of these balls are rubber and some of these balls are glass. That is you defining your values and what is most important for you to prioritize. The glass balls. Okay. And I took it one step further. I said, who even determined why these balls are glass? You need to determine, is this ball glass because my mother-in-law says it should be? It's because my husband says it should be. It's because society says it should be. You determine why this ball is glass versus this ball is rubber. And then you cannot drop the glass balls. You can't. So you have to prioritize the glass balls. You have to figure out where to say no. You only have 100% to give. You do not have more. You only have 100%. You cannot give 110%. So, sorry, this is me just like talking at you, but I'm so passionate about this. You have got to determine what is important to you and that you are worth it, that you are worth prioritizing the things that you determine are glass balls, right? Anyway, ladies, we have a really exciting thing coming up. If you are the wife of an Iron Council member, if you know what that is, you know what that is. If you know, you know. Or if you are the wife of a Dad Edge community husband, Dad's Edge with Larry Hagner or Iron Council with Ryan Mickler. If you are the wife of these men, we are going to be posting a Zoom link in there for the month of March. We are going to be having Dan Peterson. He is a professional parenting coach. He's got all of these like accolades. I don't know how to say what he is. I don't have my notes right here. He's like he's like a certified therapist in something. Anyway, I just butchered that. It's my episode's going to be coming out with him. I just butchered that and I'm sorry. I wish I hadn't butchered it. What is his, let me tell you what his website is so you can go look at what he is. Here we go. thecompassforlife.com. The compass for the number 4. It's not spelled out. The compass number 4 life.com. And he is going to be our guest coach in the Revitalized Sisterhood for our rally calls for the month of March. So that's every Wednesday night at 4:30 Mountain Time. And I would like to invite the wives of these men's communities to come and join us and check out what the sisterhood is, what Revitalized Sisterhood is, what Revitalized Womanhood is. We want to share that with you. So I will be posting that if you are interested. Before you know where it's being posted, I'm going to be posting it in the Dad's Edge community and in the Iron Council. But if you don't have the access to that, or if you would like to know, just reach out to me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, say I'm interested in that. I heard your podcast. I'd like to join. Absolutely. We would love, love, love to have you. So it's Revitalized Womanhood on Instagram, the private Facebook group. But go ahead while you're at it and rate and review any of my podcast episodes. And please remember to share these with the women in your life. If you listen to one and you're like, wow, I loved that message, share it. Please repost it on your Instagram. Let me know that you appreciate the message that it had in it. I need to know, and I really appreciate your feedback. So yeah, this was just kind of a check-in, ladies, and I sure do love you, and I appreciate all of your support in it goes a long way in just rate and review, liking a post on Instagram, sharing a podcast episode with someone else. It's the little things you do that support me, and I really appreciate it. So until next week, thanks, ladies.